It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Looking for space. It's Hill. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup with the defense. Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Touchdown, Georgia! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. He's past the sticks. At the 35, he's loose. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. The DBs will back off a bit. Hits inside. It's Davison. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Motion from the back. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40, the 20. He's at the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Dogs.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there. But as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Extending the play. Lets it fly. Left side, it's Johnson. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. We couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Moore. Out wide right, it's Moore. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the red zone, looking for a space. On the move. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Moore to the air. Rush right in his face. He caught it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Here's Moore to throw. Rolls right. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon! After the score. We'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd and long right here. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some...
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, Moore. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. 2nd and long here. Throwing Moore. Going for it all. Touchdown, Ducks! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Right side, it's Frazier. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
On 3rd down, here's Frazier. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a 1st down.
And I think this is going to be a focal point moving forward, man. Like, stopping the run game. Like, they continue to have success and have success now on this 3rd down. They've got to find a way to maybe commit more bodies, be more physical at the point of attack, and take away some of this rushing game.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Still running at the 40. Snags it, and he's open. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. They'll move the tight end. Going to the run, it's Frazier. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Drops back, it's Stockton. Out wide left, it's Phillips. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great catch and run for 6.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Well, now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Rides the option, he keeps it. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Unloads to the wideout. And he picked up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Ducks signal for their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dante Moore. Left side, it's Moore. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go play action with Moore. Throws to the tight end. Out wide right, it's Johnson. There he goes. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Got it. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Moore. Stepping to the right. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And the try is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, I know you're down. I think it's always hard of when to pull the trigger, when to be aggressive. And listen, they decided it was time. It's the third quarter. Got to make something happen. Got to make a play. Unfortunately, it was just unsuccessful.
They'll start this third quarter with a run, fighting off the defender. Past the 30. Flying down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away. Stadium in Athens. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Anytime you step between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, you know you are on hallowed ground in college football. This is one of the best places you'll ever watch a college football game. The red and the black, the dogs, even the Uggas are buried in the stadium. This is one of the most iconic spots in all of college football. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. Fielded in the end zone, it's Phillips. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Back to pass, it's Stockton. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top on second down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped on fourth down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that takes some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
On the run, it's Morrow. Here's a little room, headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football-type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. Zings it complete to the right. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Sells the run, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the middle. He's got it. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. The snap sets up to throw. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Bulldog. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. The extra point here would tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Play fake, Marcel Reed. Out wide left, it's Edwards. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And that's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Enough to move the chains. There's some room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Aggies, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Right back to the well. Turning it on. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking for the edge. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
They've moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on third down. Here's Reed to throw. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Aggies. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. These two-point conversions are tricky enough. You don't want to add to the degree of difficulty by backing up 5. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Turns it upfield.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And the Bulldogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Tough run here. It's Frazier. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. And the Dogs want to crank the tempo. Play action on first down. It's complete to the right. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. The play fake. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. On the move, it's Owens. Defense all over him.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run the screen. Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Right down the middle. It's dropped after taking the hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward.
Makes the catch, and he's free. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Again, it's Reed. They're all over it. And they got him.
Well, the offense staying aggressive. They've had success all game long. They just came away with the big play, but finally give up the sack. If they can keep this quarterback standing up, though, they can extend their lead.
And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throwing Reed. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Quick give. It's Morrow. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Kick is in the air. He came so close to pinning them deep, but maybe just a little too greedy. Tried to get it too close, and it'll come out to the 20. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Fires left. Just excellent technique by this receiver. Working the sideline. The great footwork to stay in bounds. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Aggies offense will have another go at it. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Looking for a crease. It's Owens. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
The Aggies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Play action with Reed. Still looking to his right. Right side, it's Edwards. Wide open spaces. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. And this time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5.
The defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Play fake, Reed. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got second and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got third and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on fourth.
On third down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The fake and wants to throw. Moving out to the right. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Scanning the field is Stockton. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Reed. Rushes on. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. On the move. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolutely center cut. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Stockton. Keeping his eyes downfield. He'll throw it. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.